Today we're mixing it up just a bit by skating into the world of ice hockey, which just so happens to be the favorite sport of our own executive producer, Cameron Malstrom. So Cameron, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Riley. Well, if you're anything like me, there's nothing that enrages you more than when people disrespect one of three things: our troops, our flag, or our national anthem. But unfortunately, that's exactly what happened when an arena full of salty French Canadians in Montreal actually had the gall to boo our beloved Star-Spangled Banner before the beginning of the game between Team USA and Team Canada in the Four Nations Face-Off hockey tournament on Saturday night. Watch. Truly pathetic. Well, Team USA's Matthew Tkachuk didn't take too kindly to that slight by our not-so-friendly neighbors to the north, so we felt we needed to send them a strong message by dropping the gloves with Canada's Brandon Hagel immediately after the opening face-off. But that wasn't nearly enough for our boys in red, white, and blue. So Tkachuk's younger brother, Brady, did the same thing and went toe-to-toe with Canada's Sam Bennett the very next time the puck dropped, just a few seconds in. And then, just for good measure, America's JT Miller went at it with Canada's Colton Parayko only 6 seconds later to round out an exhilarating trio of fisticuffs. That's right, 3 fights in the first 9 seconds of the game. I guess with Trump at the helm again, America's fighting spirit is back, bigger and better than ever before. The United States went on to achieve a beautiful 3-1 victory, causing Canadians everywhere to cry into their cups of Tim Hortons coffee, wondering how their asses got handed to them so badly. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau might try to spin this as some kind of learning opportunity, but let's face it, the only thing Canada can learn is that they'll never be as great as America, no matter how hard they try. But here's the best part. We get a rematch tomorrow in the final championship game at TD Garden in Boston. So tune in for what will hopefully be another glorious display of American dominance in the sport that Canada only pretends to be better at, since the Canadian team hasn't even won the Stanley Cup since 1993. That's right, 32 years. Such a long time. Sorry about that. So Canada can boo all they want, but remember, even if they do win tomorrow, we can take solace in knowing that they'll always be our colder, lamer, weaker, and frankly, completely irrelevant neighbor who only wishes it could become our 51st state. Riley, back to you.
You know, I do wonder about that, though. I mean, I think it would be so good for Canadians to become, I mean, how lucky would they be to become the 51st state of the United? I mean, I actually think that would be great. Imagine the kind of, that's the ironic thing here. It's like, just set aside your pride and your ego. We could be such a powerful force on the world stage if we could tap into those resources, gain access on that land, and it would be a win-win as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but just for hypothetical sake, what do you think, Cameron?
I've been championing that for a long time. For years, I think that Canada should be becoming part of America because, you know, the vast resources that they have all over that land. It's a huge-ass country.
Absolutely.
And I would love to bring that into the fold and just make this a continent of American superpower, get everybody together on that. We need to get Justin Trudeau out, though. Yeah. I really don't want him to be the governor of this state. Same. You know, for obvious reasons. But it should be individual states, actually. I say make British Columbia a state, make Alberta a state, make Saskatchewan a state. Let's do all that. Bring in a lot more states. Why
Fair
not?
enough. Now, let's talk about, though, the significance of this. I mean, 3 fights in, less than 10 seconds? I know there's fighting. One of the things I really love about hockey, actually, is that they allow the athletes to settle things with their fists on the ice. I think it adds a lot of production value to the sport. But what do you think about that? I mean, how significant is it to have 3 fights break out in a handful of seconds like that?
It's actually kind of crazy. Yeah, you're right. Fighting is and always has been a part of the sport.
Yes.
It's a sport I played since I was literally 4 years old, and I love every second of it. I love getting into fights. It's fun. It's great to. It historically has been the case where the referees will usually not step in, and they'll usually let the players go toe to toe, barring something egregious, somebody's getting violently injured or something like that, they usually try to stay out or have been. But lately in the NHL, at least, they've been cracking down on that a lot more and trying to stop fights before they happen. And it's really kind of weakened the game a lot just in the last 15, 20 years or so. I don't like a lot of the changes they've made to it, but that's why it was so great to see this happening on an international stage, international competition, and really getting those tempers up again and really letting fighting get back into the game. And I don't know, I just feel like probably President Trump had something to do with that, the fervor, the energy that they're all bringing into the stadium. It was just a great sight to behold. I loved it.